What's up, everybody? Welcome to Bonita Springs, Florida. We're going to start the video at Bonita Beach, which is right in front of us. If you've played the video game Roblox, this is exactly where the video game starts. So I'm going to give you guys a tour of Bonita Springs in real life, but we're going to follow the video game route. If you don't know what Roblox is, I don't blame you. It's a game that teenagers are playing nowadays. It's similar to Grand Theft Auto, where you can rob banks. The only difference, it's live. You can encourage other children to go rob banks with you, or you can get a real job at a car dealership. So you can join the police force here. You can in a video game, you can join the police force. You can be a criminal and rob banks. We're right here at the beach, and this is exactly where the video game starts off. So I've noticed a lot of really strange people, and you can see the beach right in front of us right now. But there's usually no parking here regardless. You're usually parking here. I'm going to pull into this spot just so you guys can get a view for a minute. This is an actual parking spot, isn't it?
Yes.
And it's not for disabled people.
Yeah.
So I can literally pay for this parking spot and have it. But there's the Gulf of Mexico right there. We're just going to look at it briefly from a distance. There's the Gulf of Mexico. That's what makes Bonita Springs a great place. I've noticed the wackiest things happening in Southwest Florida. And then I get on this Roblox video game and I was like, oh, this is where they're coming from. So, after you've been a member of Roblox for a month, you can play Southwest Florida. And the video game starts, it drops you off right here. So this is where the video game starts. There's actually parking spots, incredibly. The video game drops you off right here. This is where you, this right here is where the video game starts. So you'll start your video game right here. So you're seeing Bonita Springs in real life, but I'm sure somebody will look this up just to see what it's actually like. So you start the video game off right here, where you have the option to carjack somebody or buy a car or call it Uber. And then, you know, like, it's weird because it's like a real life game. You can be a criminal, you can be a used car salesman, which is probably the same thing. You can be a police officer. For some reason in the video game they didn't incorporate these buildings across the street. Not sure why. I think it's just an empty parking lot across the street in the video game. But just like in the video game, you start right here, and we're going to follow the route of the video game, which it basically has almost building by building Bonita Springs. So that's the route we're going to follow today, just to make the video interesting. But yes, you can actually play a video game if you want to let your imagination run wild. Or you can live in Bonita Springs. I think you start the game off of $25,000, and then you can move up from that. But you're probably here for the real Bonita Springs. But it's just odd that there's so many wacky things going on in Southwest Florida. Just like in the video game, there's a supercar right there, Corvette. It's very, very realistic. It feels like you're actually in Bonita, like when you play this game. It's very realistic. It's called Roblox. These buildings ahead of us are also in the video game. This exact curve with the same exact angle. The only thing absent is, for some reason, they skipped on these condos across the street. The entrance to Barefoot Beach is resembled perfectly in the video game. You'll see it right here to the right. Katie's with us today.
Yes.
She's finally feeling good enough to get out of the house.
Yes. And I'm sipping on steamed apple juice.
Yeah, I can smell it from here.
Yeah. So
that's the entrance to Barefoot Beach, which is a gated community. But there's also a beach that the public can access if you go down there. I've seen a lot of strange things in Southwest Florida that I had never seen, and I realized, oh, it's that Roblox video game. People play the video game, and then they try to kind of reenact a video game in real life. They come here to reenact a video game. This is all portrayed very nicely in the video game, with this little hill coming up. This is all nicely portrayed. So it's very realistic. All up through here, the video game portrays everything pretty well. The drivers in the video game are probably better than the drivers in real life out here.
Yeah.
Even this smaller bridge coming up ahead is perfectly portrayed in the video game. Down to the last detail, they even included the pipe that comes along there. So they did give these buildings on the left here a little bit of honor, and in the video game they upgraded them to like little houses, but in real life they're little mobile homes. This bridge is perfectly portrayed in the video game on both sides. Even the blue pipe is in the video game, so that's all accurately portrayed. And then there's an empty lot on the left in the video game, just like there is here. Up ahead on the left is the gas station, which is called Super Blocks or something. It's got a different name. It's really a mobile. And a little interesting detail about that mobile gas station on the left, which is perfectly portrayed in the video game. Even the trees, the parking spots, it's an identical gas station to the one there in the video game. And that gas station in real life is actually portrayed perfectly the way it is, other than the name. It's got a different
7-Eleven.
Yeah, here's the Master Bait and Tackle, which is also in the video game. They portrayed everything in the video game exactly how you see it here. All these businesses here. In fact, let's pull up to the liquor store. These buildings are both portrayed exactly how they are in real life. In the video game, it doesn't say liquor store, but in real life in Bonita, there is a liquor store here. And I actually know the owner of this store. I've worked for them. I worked for the owner of this liquor store in the past. I moved some shelves from her. So from that gas station to this bait store called the Master Bait and Tackle. Bait and Tackle store, fishing tackle. Interesting name there. I hope the YouTube closed captioning gets that one right, the way I said it. This restaurant's not labeled, but all these buildings are perfectly portrayed in the video game. So they did a building by building renditioning of all these buildings. For some reason, the condos, I guess since it's residential, they didn't want, I guess, to accurately portray residential buildings. So I think that's why they skipped on the condos. This building is also perfectly portrayed in the video game. I think what they did with the residential houses is that they did not accurately portray anybody where people are living, being that you have a video game that encourages, this building is perfectly portrayed also in the video game. Yeah. It's actually the Everglades T-shirt factory. Great place to get your shirts done. Are they open?
I can't tell.
Can you call them and see if they're open?
Sure.
We need to get some T-shirts for our Jump from War. Not Jump from War.
YouTube.
For YouTube.
It's 4:30. So
Now, all this is also very accurately portrayed in the video game. This is the Leone's Pizza, which is originally from Naples, but they opened a location here. There's also one in San Carlos. Leone's Pizza, they're not the greatest pizza, but if you grew up out here, this building is actually portrayed perfectly.
they close in 5 minutes.
Okay. So it's probably not too good to do it then.
No.
They want to go home.
Yeah.
That's fine. We have to come up with the designs and email to them and all that.
Yeah.
This is portrayed perfectly in the video game. The police department is here in the video game. And I don't think there's really a police department here though. There's an Orlando Fernandez. That's endocrinology. What's an endocrinology?
Endocrinology?
What is that? Look it up. I've never heard that term. Maybe he does like colonoscopies for people who don't need it. Just like it's criminoscopy. Maybe he does colonoscopies or analysis or rectonology, or maybe he likes to look at people's rectums or their colons or their prostates, or he likes to do analysis. Whatever you call it, same place, same name, different name, same thing. Oh wait, when you get to
if you would be quiet, I could tell them what an
hey,
endocrinologist
a little respect here. A little respect would go a long way.
A medical practitioner qualified to diagnose and treat disorders of the endocrine glands and hormones.
What the crap is that?
Diabetes.
Oh, diabetes.
Hypothyroidism. Hyperthyroidism.
So that's like what you need.
Yeah, I should probably go see this doctor.
Yeah. You can get some insurance and go see him. So this shopping plaza right there, which is pulled into, perfectly portrayed in the video game. And heading this way, I'm not sure how much. I wasn't paying attention because I went around the back block when when I played the video game. But there's homes back there, and you can actually buy the homes for under $500,000 in the video game. You can buy at home. Of course, I only started the game off of $25,000. I guess one of the best jobs in the video game is being a used car salesman or being a criminal. The two best paying jobs in the video game, which are both pretty shady. So it discourages a little bit of honest behavior. It's a video game similar to Grand Theft Auto in a sense, except for all of the players are virtual. What are you drinking?
Did we address this earlier?
What are you drinking?
Steamed apple juice.
Let me try that crap. Is it sweet? Oh, it's hot.
Well, Steve would tell you it's hot.
Ah, tastes like donkey urine.
It tastes like apple.
Not that I know what that tastes like, but I'm just saying.
I'm still trying to figure out how you would know how it tastes.
So if you were to take a left-hand turn here, again, the video game portrays the crossing of the Imperial River, just about exactly the way it is going that way. Even the CVS in the corner. Although I think it's called a PTS or something else. Like they changed names. Like the Publix is actually called a Bublix. You can see the traffic heading northbound is pretty bad. Typical for Bonita Springs, and going northbound and westbound is pretty bad. You can see it's pretty much gridlocked in 41 already. This McDonald's here on the left is perfectly portrayed in the video game as well. We're not gonna go that way because there's a lot of traffic right now.
I used to work at that McDonald's.
Which is funny because...
and I also used to work at that gym over there.
Back there. Well, one of our people was telling us on our last video for Bonita that, oh, I work at the McDonald's in the video game. Like, well, Katie worked at that McDonald's for real.
Yeah.
Look at the traffic heading northbound, and it's even worse heading westbound. So there's a YouTuber named Michael Borengaro or something. I don't know what the crap his name is. This is the car dealership that's portrayed in the video game right there as well. So, yeah, the video game portrays just about building by building Bonita Springs. It's kind of odd, but we're gonna be in Naples soon. Bonita Springs is right next to Naples, so even though I say a lot that I'm from Naples, but I mean we're in Bonita right now, and I lived a mile from Bonita for 21 years. So even though I'm not from Bonita, I'm like in a way this is home to me either way.
We did our stuff in Bonita.
Yeah, Katie worked in Bonita. I worked in Bonita. Everything we did, from shopping, we barely went into Naples because traffic in Naples is usually worse.
Yeah.
In fact, the Mercedes-Benz of Bonita Springs has a Naples address. So Bonita and Naples are kind of the same exact thing. I like Bonita a lot more. We worked in Bonita. We did everything in Bonita. We couldn't get anything in Naples done.
Yeah.
Couldn't even get hired in Naples.
Yeah.
We both ended up working in Bonita.
I had one job two in Naples.
Yeah, but you got hired in Bonita.
Yeah.
And they transferred you to Naples.
No, I got hired in Naples.
You got hired at this LA Fitness, and then they transferred you down there, right?
No.
You got hired down there?
Yeah.
But then they transferred you here?
No.
No? Yes or no? You can't
Different times.
But you started off getting hired here.
No, I started getting hired in Naples.
But they transferred you to Bonita. You either, where did you first get hired at LA Fitness?
Naples.
Okay, and then they transferred you to Bonita.
No, I left and then I went back to Bonita.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
But either way, most of our jobs were in Bonita.
Yeah.
Not residential jobs, but like when we've worked for other people, most of the time was in Bonita. You worked in McDonald's for 6 months. Yeah. I don't even know how you kept that job for 6 months. I would have lasted 6 hours in freaking McDonald's.
I tried to leave 10 times.
I know. I made you go back.
Uh-huh.
One time you actually quit, and then when you got home, told me you quit. I dragged you back to work and said, "Go in there and get your job back. You're not quitting."
Yeah.
Crap, man. We went through some hard times, man.
Yeah.
You lasted there for 6 months. I wouldn't have lasted there for 6 hours.
Yeah.
The police car that's just randomly there. So now we're officially in Naples. We've been in Naples for a little bit, but it's still the Bonita video because, as you can see, Naples and Bonita kind of make love to each other here in this little area. It's right up against each other. So either way, this Michael Borelli, whatever the crap his name is, made a YouTube video saying that there's no traffic in Bonita. Check this out. Try going northbound right now. Try going eastbound right now. Westbound, I mean. And it's the opposite way in the morning. Alright guys, there it is. that's a drive through Bonita. I hope you guys enjoyed it. This is the other car dealerships. Hope you guys liked the Roblox tour of Bonita.